Virgil, I'm not going to interview you at all. I'm just going to walk with you. But I did have a quick question for you. I know you can read body language. What did you think about John David Jackson?
You know what, Dan? I wasn't really looking at him, but I can sense him. I think in some instances, he was.
I feel like you struck a nerve a little bit. Yeah.
I get the sense. I've been 33 years in the probation department, one of the best interrogators in the state of California. I'm very in tune to body language, very in tune to tones of voices and things like that. And from what I hear, from what I see, I would feel safe to say it's a lot of disarray in that camp. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if even Coach Jackson is getting the respect that he's due in the camp. But time will tell. For instance, why do we have to make an excuse for him in Russia for selling tickets and things? I take you at your word, but don't you have a team that could have took care of that? You're supposed to have a team to take care of that and take the pressure off the fighter, you see? So he doesn't have to go around tickets. You minimize the pressure. You know what you're facing when you get there. So you have to be prepared. But I'm gonna take you at your word that this is what happened. But at the same time, my interrogating sense, my mind-slaying sense says it's disarray in the camp. That there's some things that's going on in that camp, in that relationship, that might not be what it appears to the public. I can sense that. Maybe I'll be wrong. Will it be a factor in the fight? I don't know. But if it's a point where Sergey has to make adjustments, and if it's a point where he has to really listen to Coach Jackson, really? Will he trust him, or will he continue to trust himself? Because Abel Sanchez said himself, he does it his way. So what's going to happen? And there's going to be times that's going to happen. So will he trust Coach Jackson's tutelage, or will he lean on his own understanding? I don't know. All I know is that we're in with a dangerous fighter. We know he's dangerous. Give him all his due. I give Coach Jackson his due for his development. When he came to him, you can't take nothing away from him. And we're just prepared for Saturday.
Something you'd like to say in response to that by any chance?
Well, listen, I respect his opinion. I respect the way he says it. But if you watch Sergey's fight, with the exception of the last fight, yes, he tries to sell tickets on his own. You're in Russia, you want to please everybody. You have a team that sells tickets for you. But he's trying to he just wants to make everybody happy. Everybody's going to come to main events or take the box office, get tickets. That's all he tried to do. He didn't try to make it become the promoter and sell tickets on his own. Far from that. He's got excited to be at home in Russia trying to sell tickets. That was his fault. He realized that this fight here, he's not trying to sell one ticket. He's back in America. He let his team sell his tickets the way they're supposed to. He let the public buy the tickets at the box office, online, where you can get it at. So his only problem for the last fight was he was home. He was trying to please everybody, but not the whole nation, just his people within his hometown. He understands that for this fight, he can't do that same thing. He has to let his team do their job. So, lesson well learned for the last fight. As far as the fact that he listened to me come fight night, if you watch any of his fights, he listens more to me because he realizes that I have the experience. I've won 2 world titles. I've chewed that same dirt that he's chewing now. So every fight, he may try to do things his way, but it's all said and done. Everything that I prepare for him and I devise for him, he does it that way. He does it exactly to a T the way he's supposed to. The last fight, that fight, he wanted to, well, I said, he got caught up in all I want to please my hometown fans. I want to get a knockout. And once he dropped, so he kind of got excited. That fight, that same fighter, you will not see Saturday. Because all those people that were cheering him on back then, they're back home in Russia. There's no pressure. He's here. This fight is on neutral territory. Andre is the American fighter, but it's on neutral territory. So there won't be that added pressure for this fight that he had the last fight. The fight at home was the worst thing he could have done. Because he hasn't fought in a while, he wanted to please everybody. Here, in reality, he wants to please one person, Sergey Kovalev. He wants to knock Andre out. Well, whether he gets a knockout or a decision victory, that's all he needs. He doesn't need to worry about the knockout. The knockout comes, it comes. If it doesn't, guess what? We're prepared to go 12 hard rounds to get a victory by decision. So the fight that he had last fight, the things that went on in his last camp, they're not happening in this camp. He understood his shortcomings for that fight. And he's definitely said, you know what, let me step back and let every person in my camp do their job to make me a better fight on November 19th so that I can get the victory that he so badly wants. So you won't see the same fighter or the same problems that he had his past fight.